vlog. So for today's vlog, it will be the part of my previous vlog that talks about stay home notice. So basically, I will be discussing in full details what is stay home notice, what are the basic rules while staying in the hotel during your stay home notice, what are the do's and don'ts, what could possibly be the penalties you'll have to go through if, for example, you didn't comply to their basic rules, and then what are the services that could be given to you during your stay, and what are the commonly asked questions to me regarding the stay home notice. Do you have to undergo COVID swab test? So if you want to know the answer to those questions, please keep on watching and don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So stay-home notice is usually issued by the Ministry of Health to all the passengers who come to Singapore during this pandemic crisis. So you are required to comply to serve the stay-home notice, 14 days mandatory quarantine to the designated stay-home notice facility within that 14 days for you to be able to go back to work, as I've said in my previous vlog. So from the airport, we went straight to the hotel. Before we entered the hotel, of course, one staff will be checking your body temperature. Then another staff will be asking you to show your passport and to choose whether your meal will be a vegetarian or you would like to choose a standard meal. For me, I chose a standard meal. And then, what are the basic rules that you have to know during your stay in the hotel? So first, you are not allowed to go outside your room. You are only to stay to your room 24/7 for that 14-day period time. No visitors allowed during your stay period. That has been the main reason. I think that's why before you fly back to Singapore, they didn't inform you about the hotel where you are going to stay, because they don't want like visitors who will be waiting there. You have to maintain also a good personal hygiene by taking a bath daily, by of course ensuring yourself that you wash your hands before and after eating your food. Yes, and then monitoring of your temperature and of course your health, so your health condition and your body temperature will be closely monitored by the Ministry of Manpower by asking you to download this specific app, but then I wouldn't tell you what is that app for safety purposes. From that app, you'll have to take a selfie, and then there are certain questions. You have to indicate your body temperature, and at the same time, don't be surprised if there's a daily call from the Ministry of Manpower. It is to make sure that you are using that app, you are on your room for 24/7. They will ask you to always open the app because they will monitor your location. If for example they notice that your location is unidentifiable, they will be calling you, they will be asking you where are you now, and you will have to have a video call just to show them that you are in the hotel. So there is this daily meal arrangement for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So breakfast is around 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Lunch will be served around 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then dinner is around 6:30. Am I right? Is it 6:30? No, 6 p.m. to 7:30. That would be the dinner time. So for that one, your foods will be served outside your door. Yeah. They will ring the doorbell, press the doorbell, and then you will just be informed that the food is already there. Then you just have to take it. Food, for example, you're not fully satisfied with the food because sometimes it's so spicy and sometimes there's no rice. So I often ask for delivery of food. So just to inform you guys, you can have foods delivered in your room. You can use the Grab app. Then, for example, you'll be needing some bottled waters. Yes, because they will not be providing bottled waters for me. So yes, delivery of foods and stuffs are allowed. You can have Grab, or you can also ask your friends, your family to bring you some food or stuff, then just give it to the receptionist, and then they will just help you to have those food stuff delivered to your room. So another thing is, how about the housekeeping services? So remember that there will be no housekeeping services, cleaning of your room to be done during your stay. Yeah, because you're not allowed to have any interaction with other people during that 14 days. Imagine that. Yeah, what you need to do is that, of course, on a weekly basis, they will be giving you another set of linens, clean bed linens. Then you'll be the one to change them by yourself. And then with regards to the towels, bath towels, of course, they will be providing you every 3 days. Yeah, they will providing you every 3 days, and then they will also be providing you lots of plastic bags wherein you can throw all the trash bags there. And then once it's already filled up, it's already full, then you'll just have to place it outside your door. Just outside your door. You cannot walk on the hallway, only at your doorstep. Yes, so a lot of people have been asking me also whether there is a laundry service, because imagine it's 14 days. You might run out of clothes, you know. So for that laundry service, yes, it is available, but then it is only 5 pieces per bag as per their protocol. Then they will just give you this paper, you'll have to list. But so far, I didn't avail the laundry service because I've prepared lots of clothes. I will just wash my clothes once I go back to our house. So if, for example, you happen to feel distressed, you feel lonely, because imagine for 14 days you're alone, there is this hotline that you can call to vent those feelings and thoughts. Then, for seeking for medical attention, of course, for life-threatening cases, you will have to, life-threatening cases like impending stroke, like cardiac arrest, what else, breathlessness, active seizures, of course, you'll have to call directly 995. But for some mild conditions or non-emergencies like cough and fever, you'll just have to inform first the front desk. So if you fail to comply with the basic rules and regulation of the stay home notice, you may put at risk the health of other people. Take note of that. So what could be the penalties that you will face? Number one would be your access to the common amenities of the hotel will be compromised. Like, for example, the access to Wi-Fi. They may not allow you to connect to the Wi-Fi at all. Number two, you may be required to pay the full cost of your stay home notice. Ouch. You will have to pay the full cost. Imagine that, 14 days stay in the hotel, you will have to pay that if you don't comply with it. Number three, you may be prosecuted under the Infectious Disease Act, which I cannot elaborate into because I'm not good at it, so just don't break the rules. The number four would be, if you're, example, a foreign employee like me who are pass holders, work pass holders, be careful enough, because they may revoke your pass. You may not be allowed to work to Singapore anymore. That's why, if I were you, just obey the rules. So for the checkout, according to the guidelines I've read, because the moment you came, it will be the day 0. Then you will have to go on the day 14. So for me, my day 0 is June 2. I will be out on my day 14, which is June 16, 12 p.m. Strictly 12 p.m. They are very strict with the checkout time, huh? For example, your checkout time is 12 p.m. You have to be out by 12 p.m. The hotel will be informing you 2 days prior about the checkout guidelines. So, what are the frequently asked questions to me when I've had the first blog? Number one, did I have to undergo the COVID swab test? The answer is no. When I arrived at NAIA, there was no test, PCR test, COVID swab test. Then, when I landed in Singapore, there was no COVID swab test done to me. And what I've asked from others who have served their stay-home notice, I think it will only be done if, for example, the symptoms, signs, and symptoms manifested on you. Alright? So, another question is, are we allowed to be fetched? Are we allowed to be fetched by our friends once we were out of the hotel? The answer is yes, because I've confirmed it with the MOM staff. You can be fetched by your friends, by your family. Of course, practice social distancing after the 12 p.m. Yeah, they can come to the hotel to fetch you. Yes. So guys, I hope you learned something from my video. I hope also that it answered all your questions, your queries, your doubts about the stay home notice. And I would be happy if you will like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course don't forget also to click the notification bell for my future videos, guys. Please help me like and subscribe. Bye.